So this van right here is going to be our home for the next couple of weeks while travelling around Ireland. We have some exciting road trips planned, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel not to miss out on any of those videos. So while Fergus is sunning himself in Spain in like 20 degrees weather, we are here in Ireland where it's absolutely freezing. But in today's video we are going to be giving you a van tour of this 2011 self-converted Renault Master. So let's get on to the video and show you what this van is like. So a little bit about this van. This van is a 2011 Renault Master and it was self-converted into this camper van which can sleep up to 3, possibly 4 people. Right down here at the back of the van turns into a double bed, and up top there's an L-shaped sitting area which also folds out into a single bed, possibly another double bed if you wanted to. So with this van you can live totally off grid. You have 2 solar panels up on the roof generating loads of power. You have your leisure batteries, you have your split charge relays that's charging your batteries while you drive. Everything you need to live comfortably in a van is right here. You have a full working kitchen, you have a bathroom. You don't have a shower, but you have a portable shower with us, so that is handy as well. You don't need to have a full shower. We have a water tanks underneath. Everything you need is right here in this van. So let's move on to the kitchen and we'll show you what it's like. So moving down to this end of the kitchen, you have your sink, which is this glass top that you just lift up, and then you have your tap that has the little micro switch on it. That is connected up to our water pump, which is underneath here, and that is fed into our water tanks that are below the van, and that pumps water to our sink, to our toilet, to our sink in the bathroom. So one pump does all, and you just close that down and you can use this here as worktop space after that. Under here is where we have everything housed, like our water pipes, water pumps, everything is under here. So right here is our oven and our hob, so you can just lift this here up, and then you have your 3-ring gas hob right down here, and you have all your dials. But the most important thing is the oven, which is right down here. So down here is our oven. So this here is a major game changer for us. Coming living in a T25 where you have no space whatsoever, it feels like luxury to have such an amount of space in a van like this. So we can cook our pizzas in here and we don't have to cook them in a frying pan anymore. So that is going to be luxurious. Moving down to the end of the kitchen is where you have your fridge and your freezer. So this here is the 𝗪𝗙𝗪𝗪 50-litre fridge, and you just unhook that. That opens up and you have your freezer compartment in here, and you have tons of storage, so you are never going to run out of food on those long road trips. So very good little fridge, and it's very quiet compared to the Dometic one that we have in Fergus. It's pretty loud. This here one is silent as anything. And under the kitchen you have even more storage. So under the sink here is where we have all of this storage stuff. So we have our cleaning products under here, our brushes, first aid kit. In this box here is where our gas bottle is kept. If you can see that in there, there is our 5 kg Campervan bottle. We have fire blankets, and in there you can see our water pump, which is right there, and these are our fresh and wastewater pipes. And these here are our controls for the gas, so we can switch off the oven or the heater just by turning these here knobs. And then we have switches here so we can turn off the pump or the fridge separately whenever we want. And once we close that up, press that button and then that is locked into place. One nice thing about this kitchen is the ability to extend the worktop. It gives you so much more working space. Sometimes in Fergus we can get cramped when we're trying to cook food, but having this here just makes a huge difference. Even though this doubles up as countertop space, you can actually sit here, use it as a table, and it's perfect for doing some work or even just having your dinner on. So this here is perfect, and if you want to put it away, you just clip those 2 clips and it drops down, hooks into place, and then you're free to go. On the left hand side of the van is where you have your kitchen, but if you move over to the right hand side of the van you have an extra part of it with even more worktop space and this cupboard underneath. So if you open this up, you have 4 drawers down here where you open up and you have all your knives, forks, plates, all stored away in here so they don't open at all. So close that there, then that is locked away and that is not going to open while you drive. On top of our kitchen here we have this shelf which is like cast iron brackets holding it up, and of course our fake plant what van is not complete without some fake plants. And then we have our tea, coffee, sugar all up here, and they are held in with like a magnetic strip so they don't fall when we are driving. But you can see the whole kitchen is pretty big. One major advantage this van has, it has this Propex gas heater in it. So this here just turns it on, and you can adjust the temperature whatever you want right here. To turn it on, just flick that over and wait for the magic. So let's move down here to the back end of the van, and this is where the main living area is. So to our left and to our right we have these bench seats that fold out and make the double bed when you want to go to sleep at night. But this here is where you sit during the day. You have your table leg down here, so you have your dinner here as well. And up above we have even more storage. So let's get into it and show you what this area of the van is like. So making your way from the kitchen down into the living area, this is where you have your bench seats right here. We have the back doors carpeted, and we have total blackout blinds right around the whole van. Down there is where you have your table leg, so when you're having your dinner. But at night time, all you have to do is lift these cushions and you make your bed, fold down the back cushions, and then that gives you your full double bed down at the back. So I'll show you how you do that right now. So I've had to switch to my phone just to give you that wider view so we can fit it all in. So we just move these cushions, we lift this here up. So this is where the sleeping area is on the van. So I am not a giant, but I have loads of room down here, and I'm not even touching the wall. So loads of space. You have storage up above you. To the right hand side of the bed and to the bottom of the bed you have USB sockets, so at night you can charge your phones. So that is very handy down this side of the bed. And let me show you some storage and some of the features this area of the van has. Up on top of the van we have these cupboards. We have these on either side and at the front. So all you have to do is press this button and these cupboards open up and you can store your clothes. When you open these cupboards, they are held open with this gas strut right here so they don't fall, and you can store all your clothes and bedclothes up here, no problem. And when you want to close it, push it down, pushing that there, and then that stops it from opening while you drive. So when you're down here at night, or even if you're sitting here during the day and you want some sort of light, we have these little reading lights that are also touch sensitive. So if you touch these light up the area and you can swivel these around. So at night, if you're reading a book, you can have that light on. You don't have to have the van lit up like a Christmas tree, so that is very handy. Now these blinds, these are blackout blinds, so we just unhook them, slide them across, and you do the same here. And that blackens out the whole van, so nobody will ever be fit to see in. And just like that, you have your kitchen table right down here, and comfortably 4 people can sit around here, no problem at all, and have dinner. So this here timber is the same timber as the cupboards and everything, so it just matches with the whole entire van. And to take it away, you just lift it up, disconnect the bar, and we store it up the front behind the driver's seat. So on the side of the bathroom here you have this TV which is on a swivel bracket, so that can swing around. So when you're sitting down there having your lunch or just relaxing, you can be watching Netflix. So all you have to do is unhook it from in here, because if you don't hook it up when you're driving, it will go everywhere. So just unhook it with that string and that can swivel around and you can watch it from there. So this is perfect for a night in the van. You can just have Netflix playing on the TV and you can be sitting down here watching it, no problem whatsoever. As I mentioned before, you can plug up into a campsite and you'll have 230 volts going to these plugs. So there's several of these around the van. There's one here, there's one underneath the seat here, there's one down there behind the TV, there's another one down there. So you have plenty of sockets all around the van if you do plug up into a campsite. So we're going to leave all the parts that we bought down below, so if you want to check them out, the links are down in the description. So up top of the camper van. Normally you would have a walkway that goes through it, but they wanted to keep the 3 seats up front so 3 people could drive in it no problem. And to open it up and not make it feel cramped, they have this cut out so you can still see out through the front. And at night time, when you want to close it off to be that more private, you have this here curtain that comes across and hooks up into place. So that hooks up into place just like that, so then nobody can see in from the outside. And just like that is how you make the bed. So once that bed is made, that is what it looks like. You could comfortably sleep 1 person. If you wanted, you could sleep 2, but that is what this single bed looks like. And of course we have blackout curtains here and here, so this place is going to be super dark at night. You don't have to worry about any light getting in. Once the cushion is moved, this is what it's like. And to put it away, all you have to do is slide that into place like that, and then it's back into a living room. So if you come down here to the floor, underneath the bed you have another door that gives you all the access to the storage underneath the bed, and it also gives you access to your electrics. So your whole fuse board is under here, so in case if something does blow, you can check it right from here, or you can lift this cushion and you can see it from above. So if you want to get access to the storage from above or to your electrics, all you have to do is move these cushions. So once you move these out of your way and put them over there, like that, then you have access down here to all your storage. So all you need to do is lift this here up, and then you have access to your shoes and everything. Down here is our main fuse board, so if we are hooked up into a campsite, this is where all your breakers are. And down here is where all our 12-volt wires are running into, so for our fridge, our lights, everything is running into there. And these are connected up to our battery, which is underneath the middle seat. I'll show you that right now. So if you come into the van, underneath the middle seat here is where we have all our leisure batteries. So if you just lift up this seat, you have your 2 leisure batteries wired up in parallel. So in this one we have 2 100 amp hour leisure batteries, we have our split charge relay, and we have our main fuse, which is a 250 amp breaker. So basically like a kill switch. If we want to cut power to the van, press that button and then nothing inside the van will have power. That is all stored nicely underneath the seat, out of the way, and it's just making good use of free space. So okay, so let's talk about electrics inside this van. So that is an area where people get very confused about when building a van. This one is very simple, all 12 volt. So everything runs off 12 volt, such as your TV, your fridge, your freezer, the spark for your gas hob, your water pump, your lights, everything you can think of runs off 12 volt. So it's very simple, just a positive and a negative wire that all runs back into this little fuse board down here below me. So if anything does happen, the fuse is going to blow, so you don't have to worry about that. That is going to be safe in your system. The only other bit of electrics inside the van is if we are hooked up into a campsite. So as you saw underneath me, we have our main trip board, which our breakers are in. So that is connected up to a hookup outside the van where you plug in your lead and then plug that into the campsite. And that is just simply like your wiring in your house. You have your live, your neutral and your earth, and that is running to all the plugs around here. So once you plug in, all these here become live, and then you can plug in your phone charger or your hairdryer or whatever you want into these plugs, and that'll give you 230 volts. We could install an inverter that will be connected up to our battery, so if we wanted, we could have 230 volts coming from our batteries, but we don't really need it. We never really use the plugs, so there's no need of putting in an inverter, so we done without it. So how these batteries are kept charged: so up on the roof we have 2 solar panels. I think they're 130 watt eco-worthy solar panels, so they're up on top and they're connected up to our leisure batteries, which is underneath the seat. And also we are connected up to our main battery of the van through a split charge relay. So once the van is driving, once that van battery becomes full, it diverts the power and starts charging the leisure batteries, which is over here. So at any one time you're always going to have a full charge. So right now we are at 13.2 volts, and this van hasn't been driven in a couple of days. It's just coming from the solar panel and from the little bit of sun we get in Ireland is just keeping these batteries topped up. So here in the middle of the roof we have this skylight. So it's pretty simple. You just have to press this button, pull it up, and then you have all the light and all the air coming in like that. Just don't forget to close it when you go to drive. So also at summertime, if you want to have this here open but you don't want mosquitoes, you can slide that fly screen across and that will stop any mosquitoes coming in. Or at night, you can slide this one across and that gives you a total blackout at night, so it keeps the van nice and dark. So that is the main parts of the van: the living room, the kitchen, the extra storage, the TV. But now it's time to show you the bathroom, and right here beside me is the bathroom. So all you have to do is open up this handle right here and that opens up the bathroom. So let's go inside. So as you come into the bathroom, you have this mirror right here, and inside you have your towel rack, you have your sink, you have cupboard with even more storage. And over here is where you have your chemical toilet. So that's just like a normal campervan toilet. This here has an electronic flush. And to empty this, outside the van there is a door that you can open, slide it out. So not like in Fergus where you have to take the whole toilet out. This here is very discreet and just take it out from the side. You have storage up here for your toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap. More storage up here. You have the roof vent for a fan. And you have lights all around the van to light it up. So that one water pump that is stored underneath the sink runs water from the water tank to our sink in the kitchen, to our sink in the bathroom, and for the flush on our toilet. And this here handle is the inside of the door. You can lock it from the inside, so if you're in there nobody is going to disturb you. And to close it, simply lock it into place, and then that is not going to open. So there you have it, guys. This is the self-converted Renault Master that we are going to be taking on a couple of road trips. We have some very exciting videos planned over the next couple of weeks, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel not to miss out on those. And if you have any other questions about van builds or anything in general, drop it down in the comments and we'll get back to you. Or if you want, follow us on our Instagram, 𝗟𝗓𝗡, and you can even ask us there in our DMs. So as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It makes such a big difference to the channel, and we've been growing ever since. So thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.